What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing super well. Delves, we have some news on Delves today. Blizzard has put in essentially the ability to do endgame Delves, what they're calling endgame in quotes. So, and they've also talked about there's going to be like a seasonal progression for Delves and a couple of things. So let's just dive into the post really quick, then I'll kind of show you what they've been doing. Yeah. So seasonal progression with Delves. First of all, sorry, before season 1 begins in the War Within, so in the first like 2 weeks of the expansion, I think, right? 2 to 3 weeks, 2 weeks or something. That's before season 1, okay? You'll have access to tiers 1, 2, and 3. So you can't get to tier 4. That's just so it's going to be good for leveling up. I think it's going to be a great way for you to level up your characters in Delves and get like money and get some occasional gear and get reputation with Bran and go get the transmogs and then also eventually get parts for your flying airship. So it's like a win-win-win on 6 different fronts, okay? When season 1 begins, we will open up 4 through 11, tiers 4 through 11, introducing a few mechanics in tiers 4 and above. Seasonal progression, death counters, and Zekvir's influence. Okay? Seasonal progression. Seasonal progression can be obtained from any delve when the season begins. Players at high tiers will be rewarded with more progress, but players will still be able to complete the season at low tiers. So there is a bar that you get. I believe this is it here. So this is your Delver's journey that you're going to complete in season 1. What they're basically saying is the higher tier delves that you do, the more progress you get towards this bar. But you'll have plenty of time within a season to get this entire thing done at like the relatively low levels of progression. Does that make sense? So you're not forced to like do tier 11 delves until the end of the season. We want players to be able to find the difficulty that they enjoy and focus on that without feeling like they need to push higher to complete the season track. That's great. That's great. Tiers 9 to 11 are planned to have a higher difficulty curve, as we do not plan on giving out increased power rewards there. So the rewards they're saying are going to stop at tier 8 delves. So like the bell curve is going to be like kind of like this, going up, 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 up. And then you get to tier 9, and I think it's just going to go like this. It's just going to go way up. Now, part of that reason is like what they're saying here is that you're not going to get any more gear upgrades. I'm assuming the buffs that you get from Bran are also going to stop getting upgraded. Bran has different tiers of like abilities that he can get, and that's probably going to stop scaling as well. We're doing this so we can tune these delves to be particularly difficult without creating the assumption that all players should strive to hit tier 11. So the assumption they're basically saying is you should be able to get to tier 8 delve by the end of a season. For the people who want to go for the Giga Challenge, probably for like a title, like that kind of stuff. I don't actually know what the reward is for doing the bigger stuff, but that's probably what it is. You can go to 9 and 11 and really challenge yourself, okay? Players will start a delve with a pool of lives. When you release after dying, the counter will lower. Players who reach 0 lives can still finish the delve, but they will miss out on bonus rewards like cosmetics and unlocking the next tier of difficulty. So it's not quite as bad as depleting a key, but you know, it's not great. Every death that happens after you reach 0 will actually give you a buff. It'll grant players a small buff to help them beat the final boss. So if you're really struggling in like a tier 8 delve, you know, whatever, and you're like, it's early in the season, you'll get this buff to help you finish it. Kind of cool. Zekvir's influence. We have our mysterious 13th delve that we will not be releasing to test at the beta. So this is like the last boss in the raid, how they don't give us that to test anymore. They want to keep this a secret. This includes the inhabitant Zekvir, the Hand of the Harbinger. However, Zekvir will prove to be a threat throughout the delves, even if he isn't physically there. So there's a mysterious 13th delve. When we go find that, you get to go do it. You get to fight Zekvir himself. In all of the other delves, however, random groups of enemies will receive various boons from Zekvir. As you go higher in the tiers, more groups of enemies will be chosen, and the boons will increase in the difficulty. Players who are able to defeat these empowered groups will earn increased seasonal progress at the end of the delve. Our design behind Zekvir's influence is to add more challenge to higher tiers beyond, you know, number go up. We want to differentiate this from the affixes in the Mythic Plus system, which is why this only impacts some groups of monsters as opposed to all of them. And then they're like, you can go test it. Okay, so we did do that. I have done some testing on it. I think we can just run into one really quickly. I just want to see if I actually recorded a video on it. I thought I did, but I can't remember. Let's go over to Orgrimmar. There's a guy over here. Yeah, I don't think I tested it. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sorry for the lag. There's a guy here. This guy here. We're gonna go to a thing. I'm just gonna show you some of this, okay? Let's just go to the Skittering Breach. No idea what this was. Now, I've done a couple of delves so far, started to explore it a little bit, and I will show you kind of what this ends up looking like in a very small way. I don't want to be here for the rest of our lives, okay? So, this just automatically gets me here. I am on Survival Hunter. We're going to walk up to the delve. You're going to press the button. And here's what's going to happen. So now it's showing me I've done all the way up to tier 6, and it gives you an average item level for what you should expect to have. The last tier 6 that I did on my Shadow Priest, and it was very difficult. I had to go very slow. The average item level they're expecting you to have on tier 6 is 574 plus. I was at about 580, and it was very difficult. So what I'm thinking is, you know, tier 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, these are going to, like, especially 9, 10, 11 are going to be disgustingly hard. I think they're going to be really, really hard. So that's cool to see. The difficulty scales quite hard, and I like that. Like, I think that's great. I'm glad that there's a challenge here for us if we want there to be one. If you don't want there to be a challenge and you want to finish your seasonal goals, then just go back down and do it at tier 4, tier 5. Like you can advance it down there and it's much easier. You can see because it's tier 7, enemies have way more health. They deal way more damage. The traps and challenges there's more of them. In this particular one, hatcheries will create web spreaders that create more web. So this is the mechanic for this particular delve. This is Zekvir's influence, the new influence here. Zekvir, the Hand of the Harbinger, will empower random groups of enemies. Okay, great. And then we have this is really cool, Bountiful. This delve has an abundance of treasures. Use a key to open bountiful treasures. So you can, if you saw on this, the final node on this progression bar is discounted restored coffer keys. Restored coffer keys are used to open these bountiful chests. So some delves, it looked to me like if I was doing tier 6 and above, it gave me that bountiful thing. Maybe it was tier 5. Oh, never mind. It's all of them. I don't know why. I don't know. That's not, I don't think that was always there. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, this bountiful thing wasn't always here. But when it is here, you'll have an extra chest that you can unlock, but you must have a key to do it. Okay. And then there's our actual, like, our old rituals is like what our quest objective is going to be when we're in here. The Lamplighters need help thwarting the Nerubian ritual. Okay, great. And then we have what we're going to earn here, which is super cool. Let's hit enter. I will show you that Bran actually has some curios that are working now, which is really, really cool. So if we view Bran, I'm going to make him a healer again. And then I have a couple of curios that I've accumulated, which is super cool. Let me, that was quite a sense. Oh, that's the wrong button. Zuko's just pressing buttons now. I want to make sure you guys can see this. Okay. Curios that Bran has accumulated. So we have Brute Force Idol. When Bran calls for it, jumping on him will cause him to hurl players. So he can, like, hurl you. Or Idol of the Earth Mother. Bran's special abilities have a chance to shield you. Let's just do that one. And then we've got Time Loss. This is Bran has a chance to, like, give you 15% increase, like, time. So that's, like, your periodic effects, your haste, your auto attacks, everything. Bran's heal now provides a heal over time, or you can get massive or get mini depending on when you enter combat. And you can see there's ranks to Bran's abilities, rank 1 out of 4. So these are going to scale, I'm assuming, up to tier 8, I would assume. And then beyond tier 8 delves, it doesn't get any higher because they want the challenge to be there. I'm going to go Time Lost Curio here. There we go. Talk to my quest guy. And there we go. We're in. So I will show you how difficult this is. I'm assuming I'm going to die, possibly repeatedly here. This is going to be pretty hard, I think. I am on a survival hunter. We'll see how this kind of goes. Oh, maybe I won't die. Maybe we'll be fine. Gonna work our way around. There's a big boss over here. I'll be very careful about this guy. Brand's healing me. We'll try this boss. We'll try with Bloodlust too. Let's just see what happens here. Here we go. We're gonna pop Coordinated Assault. I'm gonna pop my defensive right now. Get me out of here. So you can see, like, these guys are actually more challenging right now than heroic dungeons are. Like, way more challenging than heroic dungeons even, which I think is pretty cool. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Forgot all mine. There we go. Like, this is definitely doable at this item level. I think I'm dead. Oh my god. This is, like, definitely doable, but look, I'm basically dead. Bran's dead. I mean, this is just one mini boss. This is one mini boss that we're fighting. It's not really that hard. And I think I'm dead. Did I get him? Oh, I got him. So, yeah, this is like, they're going to scale this pretty hard. I'm at 580 item level. The recommended for this was a little bit above that, I think. I can't remember. My pet's just dead. We'll have to resummon him. I got to revive him. Yep. Hold on. So, yeah, I hope that, like, I hope this helps you guys understand the design that they're doing for Delves, which is to say that this is going to be a pretty difficult piece of content, hopefully throughout the entire season. So, like, depending on your item level, of course, as we scale, we can do Delves, and they're trying to keep Delves relevant throughout the entire season. I love that. I think that's awesome. There's nothing in here. I never know why. There's just nothing in here. So I really hope that they're able to do this. Like, I hope that they're able to keep Delves completely relevant for the entire season. That would be the absolute win for all of us, because it means that the gear you're getting is going to be, again, slightly below like a Mythic Plus equivalent, but at the same time, maybe it'll still be relevant. And then there's the entire like Mythic Dungeon Great Vault track. Sorry, there's the World Great Vault track, which you can do by completing Delves each week. I just think like that's so cool that we have this option now to do something that is potentially going to be quite difficult. But if it's your kind of jam, if you don't like getting together with other people, you really have a hard time maybe with the group finder, like there are all kinds of problems with Mythic Plus and that whole system. I readily understand that and acknowledge that. And I know that some people just love doing content like by themselves in a smaller group. Maybe you only have 2 other friends that play the game. You don't have 5 people and you don't really want to pug. So it's like, damn, I can just do Delves. Oh my God, stop spreading. Why does this keep spreading? I can just do Delves and have a blast doing Delves and with my buddies. And that can be the way that we level up. That can be the way that we start getting gear. It can be the way that we do everything. And then eventually we might have to work our way into like dungeons and get into the real sort of like kind of ecosystem of dungeons and raids. But you know what? I don't know. This looks pretty good to me as a fun like adventure mode that you can do with your buddies. I am really looking forward to doing this with people just for fun, you know, and taking a break potentially from doing dungeons if I'm just like so sick and tired of the Mythic Plus season, or if I just want to relax and fill out my vault for the end of the week, hunt some treasures. Like, I don't know, it's all kind of here. So I really like this, and I think that the future of this system is looking bright. If they're going to be adding in like mechanics every single season, I'm assuming it might actually change. Maybe it won't. I'm really hoping it does. Why not? Why does my pet keep disappearing? Can we talk about this? Where's my pet? Did my pet just died again? Okay. If they keep adding in new mechanics every season, and then potentially you get like a new follower, like we have Bran this time around, right? But potentially we could end up getting somebody new from kind of that Explorers League. So yeah, I really like this system. I'm not going to finish this just because I just wanted to show you what was going on here, but I do really like this system. You can see my revives there. I only have 5 left. So I think if you were to bring 5 people in here, I think you only get 1 revive each. Like, I think that's it, right? Whereas if you come in by yourself, you're going to get 5 revives just for yourself. So that is sort of the updated Delve system. I'm going to keep testing out like the end game. I'm going to try and get some more curios on Bram. I'm going to try and get his abilities kind of juiced up and see what happens. See what I need to do to be able to progress into the deeper Delves. But I'm just really excited about this system, guys. It's got its own progression track here. There are special coffer keys you can get to unlock really valuable chests. It's got a great vault slot. You can do it with your friends. It's a fun, like 15 to 20 minute adventure, like max. I would say 10 to 15 is more likely, whereas dungeons are more like 15 to 30, right? So it's that shorter experience, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have to really see how it scales into like the later parts of a season. It might not be good enough the gear that you're getting from here or whatever might not be good enough to like hold its weight against the dungeon gear. I mean, it's not supposed to. So we'll have to see how that kind of pans out. But the bottom line is this looks awesome. I love that they're investing time and resources into this by adding things like this Zekvir influence guy. And it's great. I'm really excited for Delve. So let me know what you think in those comments down below about the Delve system. We'd love to hear from all of you. Is this going to be something that you prefer doing over dungeons? I would love to hear any of you in the comments down below talk about that. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Love you all. I will see you in the next one.